All right, welcome everybody. Whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the recording, great to have you here. This is Civ4 AI Survivor Season 5, Game Number 6. This is one of our 7 AI games. I always kind of like the 7 AI games. They're a little bit more unpredictable because we've got that one extra leader. This is our map for this game. It has been called a fat bean by the community, which I think is a good descriptor. A little bit more congested on the east side as opposed to the western side. Let's just run through our leaders real quick. Our pool 1 leader for this game is Huayna Capac of the Incas. He is one of the historically most dominant leaders in AI Survivor. Won a whole bunch of games. He has a beautiful starting position here in terms of his capital. A little bit weaker outside of the capital. He has been picked to win by a little bit, almost 50% of the people. He was the favorite in the picking contest. We'll see what he makes of this start. And our pool 2 leader is Mao. Mao's also been pretty successful in past years, but not, of course, to the same extent as Huayna Capac. He's got kind of this weird seafood start, and he is the second most popular pick as far as winning the game. So our seeded leaders, not surprisingly, are there's a lot of support backing them. As far as the unseeded leaders go, we have Augustus Caesar, who is a peaceful leader who likes to build wonders. He's got a stone resource, so he will probably grab this and start doing his wonders thing. Boudicca, who's one of the more aggressive leaders in the game, very militaristic, has terrible economic traits, but very good military traits, aggressive, charismatic. Then we also have Gilgamesh, another very aggressive leader, low peace weight. I think his peace weight's actually 0. Sometimes goes off in the cultural direction, but generally just likes to attack people. And we also then have Lincoln, who is very out of place in this game. Hyper-pacifistic AI, surrounded by a lot of warmongers. Heavy favorite to be first to die. 80% of the picking contest has him as first to die. And then we've got Montezuma, which is, enough said, really. He's completely insane. He's basically like if random.org played a Civ in Civ4, he's going to try to found a religion and he's going to be totally crazy. I have picked Boudicca to win because I like her capital and I like how much room there is off here to the west. I have not picked Huayna Capac because I think he's going to get squeezed. And out of the eastern Civs, I actually like Gilgamesh's start the best, as long as he can find a way to get a source of metals. And of course, I also have Lincoln as first to die, because if you don't have Lincoln as first to die, you're probably not playing the percentages. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so first of all, religions. Who's going for a religion? Monty on meditation, Boudicca on meditation, Huayna Capac on polytheism. So Huayna Capac's going to found a religion. He's the only one going for polytheism, so he's going to get something. I don't know if that's good or bad for him, honestly, I really don't. If these numbers hold, Boudicca will beat Monty because she wins the coin flip. But she may swap off to another tile, you never know. And then for some reason, Gilgamesh and Augustus Caesar are apparently also chasing a religion for whatever reason. One nice thing about Gilgamesh is because he starts with agriculture, he can farm this on the first turn, except he's roading this instead of farming it. What? Okay. Whatever. One of the reasons why the agriculture civs are so nice is they can hook up food bonuses immediately. Like Huayna Capac's already farming this, which is going to be a 5 food tile for him. So Huayna Capac, beautiful capital. I'm just not sure where he goes from here. Where he sends this settler is super important. Where is his settler? Right here. Because it's going to be a holy city. Where does he send this? We've got to watch where he sends this unit. Huayna Capac, you got to send this towards the center of the map. You can't send it to the seacoast. That would be a huge misplay if he does that. Where's everybody else going? All right, Augustus is going west, which is about what you'd expect from Augustus. Boudicca's going north. Okay, this is also big. Monty's going west. He's not going east, so that's going to give Huayna Capac a little more space. This is pretty important. If he goes east, like if Monty settles here, Huayna Capac is totally squeezed, but he's not. He's going west. So those of you on Team Inca, this is a good sign. And Lincoln is going south, and it looks like Gilgamesh. I'm struggling to think of his name for some reason. Gilgamesh is going west here. All right, so we see a super early spot from Augustus. He has somehow managed to dodge all of the food resources. No, he just needs to expand borders here to get this pigs in. Oh, of course, he also needs animal husbandry for that too. But it is awfully weird that he managed to put this city in a spot that just completely misses the fish style. I don't quite understand this. He also missed the stone too. So I wouldn't say that's a great spot. I mean, look what it's working. It's working a 2-0 tile. What a terrible spot. And he's building a settler. He's building a settler with 2 food and 1 production per turn. He's not even getting the imperialistic bonus. I mean, if you're going to do this, at least work that tile. Let's see if he swaps. All right, at least he did swap over to working the forest tile, so he can at least get the imperialistic bonus. He's getting all 1 production from imperialistic here. Alrighty. So Mal's got a second city down. This is a good spot. I like this one. It's got the rice tile in first string, and since China starts with agriculture, he can hook it up immediately. And he's also got this clams resource, so if he expands borders, he can use that. And if he gets to ironworking, he's got the gems and the horses. So it's a nice spot. I like this. It's going to be a little weak out of the gate, but I think it's pretty solid overall. Pretty good. If you have Mao to win this game, this is a pretty good spot for him to pick. And then he's got a lot of jungle after that. So he hopefully Mao will prioritize ironworking because he's going to need it for that jungle. Gilgamesh has settled here. No food bonuses, but it does have double floodplains. Remember, he's creative, so he'll grab this floodplains as well. Not too bad. I wouldn't say great. Doesn't connect any resources that are usable, but not too bad. At least he's settling in the correct direction towards the middle of the map in the congested territory. Amongst our remaining leaders, Boudicca is going north. She's probably going to settle on this tile here. Let's see. All right, so she gets that spot. Now, this would be a bad... Now, this is a bad city as is. The key thing is if she gets this religion, she's going to get... she's going to pop the borders and have this. The rice is under the jungle, though, so I guess that's not that great. But she's going to have another hunting tile here. Needs food is the biggest thing. This city's... She needs ironworking to make this city useful. Without ironworking, it's not that great. But it does have the copper in range, so that's... Well, no, that was already in range for this capital. What about... And then Lincoln. Lincoln's also settled. Good spot. He's got the pigs. Once he gets animal husbandry, this is a good city. It's also on a hill, which is pretty significant because there's a good chance he's going to get attacked here. So getting the hill bonus is nice. Also gets the 2 production for the center tile by virtue of it being a plains hill. Where is Huayna Capac going with this settler? And our meditation race is still tied for the moment. He's not going to settle there, is he? Oh no. Oh no. That would be such a waste of a holy city if he settled there. I mean, yes, he would have clams and rice, but oh no. Oh no. That is not how to use a holy city. Oh dear. That is, I thought it was important that he claim land with this settler, not that he do this. Ugh. There's a real chance he gets squeezed, especially if if Gilgamesh like drops a city here or something, he could be really squeezed. Well, he will have holy city culture to take advantage. I mean, he's already connected double food resources at the capital, but getting oil, playing the long game. I like that for Barden. All right, so Monty still hasn't settled yet. And it looks like Boudicca is going to win the race to meditation because they're both 1 turn away and she wins coin flips. So let's see. All right, she found it. She picked Hinduism, kind of strangely. I guess she has no innate preference for any religion because there's no Celtic religion in this game. Monty still is not settled yet, by the way. He's still got this settler wandering around. Everyone else is settled by now. So he picked this spot. Over towards Boudicca. Now, again, this is away from Huayna Capac, and it's towards Boudicca, and it's also away from Lincoln as well. So he has moved over. Monty has made sure that there's a little bit more space over here in the east. I mean, he could have settled here, and then Huayna would be super boxed in. That said, there's still an awful lot of space over here. So who's closest to getting the next settler out? Everyone looks like they're about 10-ish turns away. Yeah, everybody's like 10-ish turns away right now. So I guess we'll just watch and see. Huayna Capac should found a religion here. For some reason, Augustus is still chasing a religion. I think the other leaders are wisely not going for that. Boudicca researching agriculture. That's smart because she's got this wet corn right at her capital. So that would be important to hook that up. Actually, that might be a dry corn. I'm not sure. And Mao did research fishing as his first tech, so he's building the workboat. That was a correct tech choice for him. Gilgamesh is going for hunting for some reason. Gilgamesh has already connected the wet corn at his capital. But yeah, we should see a religion pop up here, so let's see what it is. Islam. Ooh. Don't see. I mean, this is why it's fun to have choose religions on. We get to see Islam as a major religion. Now, this is not on the river, but well, never mind. I was going to say this river system might spread the religion, but this river system doesn't extend anywhere. It just gives Huayna Capac like a riverside tile for every one of his capital tiles. But that said, this could spread pretty easily to Gilgamesh, like via the coast and then on this river. So we'll see how Islam spreads in this game. You don't need hunting for animal husbandry. You can get there via agriculture, but it does discount animal husbandry. So these next couple turns shouldn't be that much happening until we see some settlers out on the map. I'm just going to keep poking around. We'll look at all the capitals on like turn 20-ish or so, see who's actually managed to improve their capitals and who hasn't. Monty has not connected any of his resources yet, although at least he's researching agriculture. I know some people like the double gold at his capital. The problem is he doesn't have enough food to work those tiles. This is a dry rice. It's only 4 food. He really does not have enough food to work the double gold. So he'll be able to work one of them, but that's it. Meanwhile, Lincoln connected this gold resource, and he's been farming the floodplains. So that's going to help his early research by a lot. Because he's at 18 commerce, everyone else is probably around 10 or 11, thanks to having that connected. Looks like Gilgamesh might be the first one to get a settler out. Again, having that corn tile improved helps. And Huayna Capac. Okay, so this is another big race. Where do these two send their settlers? Because space is pretty tight over here in the east, and they're both going to have settlers out starting this turn. So we'll keep an eye on where they go. Like, where do they want to send these? All right. Well, they're both heading in the same direction. Huayna Capac's going north. Gilgamesh is going south. So we got ourselves a race here, potentially. Let's see. Or maybe not. Maybe they just head in a different direction now. Well, they're both kind of heading for the middle of the map here. Huayna Capac moves first. Now, they could both settle on these tiles. These are 3 tiles away, so they're both valid spots. Oh. So Huayna Capac kept moving, and Gilgamesh settled. Gilgamesh has got the cows, so this is a pretty good spot for a city. It's going to be pressured a little bit by the holy city culture, but not too badly. Like, Tiwanaku will hit this tile and this tile and this tile. That's about it. The cows are not threatened by holy city culture. So I'm really wondering where Huayna Capac's going to send this settler. Yeah, he turned around and moved backwards. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. There's some other settlers out on the map right now. So there's an American one here. Lincoln just finished. He's now starting the Great Wall because reasons. And Boudicca has a settler out. She's apparently sending south. Monty is still building one. Looks like Mal just finished one, and Augustus just finished one too. So we want to keep an eye on where all of these... yeah, basically all the AIs just finished settlers, except Monty, who's doing Monty things. So yeah, Boudicca's going south. Huayna Capac does not have to worry about barbarians because the Quechuas are so strong against enemy barbarian units. Doesn't look like the barbarians are even attacking that unit. Lincoln is heading west, so that's kind of good for Gilgamesh in the sense that he didn't head for this spot. Like, you would think Lincoln, if Lincoln doesn't get this copper, he is so screwed. Like, this is intended to be his copper. If Gilgamesh, like, somehow gets here first, he is really screwed. Oh yeah, barbs have archery, yep. In case you couldn't tell from the barb archers walking around. So I'm still wondering where this Huayna Capac settler is going to end up. Heading towards Monty, which is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, I think we have a barb city. There's a barb city here, Saxon. It is not on a hill, so it's pretty vulnerable to being captured by somebody. Who gets that barb city could be pretty important. Look, Augustus. He's already almost finished Stonehenge. Didn't bother to connect the because by virtue of being Rome, he mined all these hill tiles early on, and just with the industrious bonus, it's pretty cheap. So, I mean, that's a nice wonder for him. The free border pops, especially at Antium, which really badly needs to pop its borders. So that'll help him in the early game. And this is a pretty good spot for a city. I mean, I don't know why he wanted the Tundra so badly, but it's got a lot of food, at least. Get that free border pop. This will also cause Rome to hit 100 culture pretty quickly and grab the stone. Still wasting the fish resource, though. Anyway, so Mal's still walking a settler here. We have a city from Boudicca, and it's a nice city. Double food resources and horses in the second ring, which she's starting monument first, so that'll be picked up pretty quickly. This poor city doesn't have any food though, does it? Does have the ivory cannon. Well, there's no road on that tile, so this is not a wet rice. This is an unirrigated rice. We'll see how long it takes Boudicca to connect to get bronze working in play, but she's doing a pretty good job land grabbing. Monty's still not. Oh, okay. So here's the Huayna Capac city. It is. Well, let's just say this one needs to pop borders because there's no food here until it expands borders. But once it does, it'll be a pretty good city. Stone, sugar down the road, a dry rice, and a happiness resource. So that's a good sign. Maybe Huayna Capac can like break out and get down here. I mean, if he settles everything to the east of Monty, like he could have been locked out of this territory pretty easily, but it looks like he's actually going to get at least some territory to give him a fighting chance. Inca think that the Plains people, yeah. So I like, despite this disastrous second city, this might be okay for Huayna Capac. We'll have to see where this Aztec settler goes. If this Aztec settler grabs like this spot right here, it's not so good for Inca. So we'll see. Now Lincoln has gone way over here to the west. Like way over here to the west in settling Boston. So, okay. I think the big thing to watch right now is where Monty sends this settler. Because he just finished one, right? Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's going here. Well, if he gets this copper, that could be bad for Huayna Capac. Because Huayna's got presumably horses, but this will take forever to get this. It's at such an awkward angle. Needs 100 culture to hit that. Well, he'll probably get it, and he will have iron in time too, but yeah, it looks like Monty might be grabbing this spot here, which would kind of lock Huayna Capac into the corner. Was the spot north of Boudicca the original observer? I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember. It's possible though, because there's a pretty big resource cluster here. So it's certainly in play. Yeah, it looks like Monty's going to grab this spot here. Also, Mao walked a pretty good distance with his first settler and went to this spot. This is a terrible spot for a city. There's really nothing to recommend this. It's just all jungle. It's not even very good once it pops borders. It's still just all jungle. So I don't really understand this spot at all. I guess the AI just spotted bananas and spices, but I would think he could have gone somewhere better than this. Even like this spot here would be better. It would have resources you can actually use. So I don't quite get that. Meanwhile, Rome's building settlers fast. And I'm thinking Monty's going to settle on the tile where he is right now. First couple people finishing bronze working. So they'll be able to see copper. Yep. So Huayna Capac getting this spot was good, but Monty getting this spot's pretty terrible for him. It's pretty bad. He may have to try to expand up here. We'll see if Gilgamesh cuts him off there or not. Or maybe he'll push in this direction. He's just running out of space pretty quickly here. And there's a Barb City up here too. Another important, also important to see who grabs this spot too. So this gives Monty early copper once he researches bronze working. I don't know if he has that. Okay, he's researching it. So he will have early copper, and we'll use it to build units for sure, because it's Monty. So there's the potential if Monty attacks early, he could hit someone who doesn't have copper connected yet and make a real nuisance of himself. All right, so settlers. There's no settler there. Rome just finished one, putting that imperialistic trait to good use. I think that's just a worker, yep. And Gilgamesh has a settler out too. So those are kind of the two settlers that are on the board right now. Gilgamesh is. Oh wait, no, he already. Wait. Oh yeah, he already has a fourth city, and he's as a fifth settler. Boy, well he's going to destroy his economy with that. But man, if he gets animal husbandry, yeah, this is a pretty nice city here. The cows and the horses. That's enough to make a city pretty decent in the early game. Although I guess this city then doesn't have much. I guess the city's got the floodplains. Yeah, Gilgamesh already has 4 cities and he's got a 5th settler out. Again, if this grabs the copper, Lincoln is really doomed. And it looks like he is going for the copper. That was my one concern about Gilgamesh, is I wasn't sure how he got to metals. But it looks like he might be prioritizing grabbing that. And then we've got the Rome settler out here too. Or it's just sitting in the capital for some reason. There it goes. Oh man, he's got it. He's got Lincoln's copper. Holy cow. Because this is intended to be Lincoln's copper, because it's only it's 4 tiles from his capital, but it's going to be, I mean, Gilgamesh is creative. He's going to grab this. Oh boy. That's not looking too good for old Lincoln here. Where does he get? Is there any place for him to get metals? Just no, there is not. He's got horses, but I mean, does he ever get to this iron? I doubt it. It's on the other side of that poor. Yeah, I don't see how he ever gets here. Well, Lincoln, it was nice knowing you, buddy. So now, not only is he everybody's worst enemy, he's not going to have any metals. I mean, he'll be able to build chariots, but that's not going to get it done. So it's not great. No metals and worst enemy of 5 civs. There's a reason why 80% of the picking contestants have him as first to die. Man, maybe I should have had Gilgamesh as first instead of second, because he's executing a very strong game here. All right, let's see where this Roman warrior is going. Looks like it's headed east. There's another Barb city over here too. These Barb cities tend to, like whoever has early copper has a much better chance of capturing those spots. Still not guaranteed or anything. But it's more likely that you'll grab those spots. Is this a settler heading west? Yeah. Map's starting to fill up slowly. Alright, so this would be a bad spot, except Stonehenge means it'll grab the dry corn, and that makes it at least a decent city, if not a great one. Let's see who else has settlers out there. So Huayna Capac did just finish another settler. That's a worker. Alright, Monty does not have a settler out. Boudicca had one that's moving around. Actually, she has double settlers out on the map. She has double settlers out right now. One of them heading west, one of them just finished. I don't know if she has the economy to support that, but she also has a lot of territory thanks to border pops. This city has already hit 100 culture, and then the Holy City's already hit 100 culture. That's going to squeeze Lincoln. More so than it already is. I wonder where she's going to move this settler. I wouldn't be surprised if she's going for the oasis and the rice. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So Huayna Capac, where is his settler going? Here it is. He's probably going for the iron plus clam spot, probably. Anyway, Monty now has bronze working, and he has a worker standing on the... Oh wait, no, that's not a worker. That's a warrior. So he'll probably have the copper connected pretty soon. Yep. So at least Huayna Capac will have iron, and he'll have horses too. But it does seem as though he's running out of opportunities for further expansion. The map's definitely starting to fill up, as it always does. Lincoln has almost nowhere to go. Monty looks like he's going to be squeezed pretty good, too. Monty probably has room for 2 or 3 more cities, but Huayna Capac doesn't have room for hardly any more. If he can get another city over here, that would help. Like, it would definitely help if he could get another city on the north coast. But, so it'll be a bit of a race between these two to see who can grab this. I'm presuming someone would probably put a city, like, right here, even though there's no resources. I don't know. Boudicca is still marching this settler around. Oh, she's going to want this spot because it's got the... Yeah, it's got the iron and the bananas in the second ring. Okay, girl. Oh, never mind. She turned around and walked back. I don't know what she's doing with this one. Yeah, Gilgamesh has 2 more settlers in production just because he's built them. Oh, wait, he's got one right here. Is he going to plant right there? Oh, he got shoved out of the way by Monty. Like a same turn kind of deal. Right? Didn't he have a settler like right there? Maybe I was looking. Oh, you know what it was? The settler was an Aztec settler, not a Sumerian settler. That's what was happening there. It lit up as domestic, but it wasn't his unit. They were just standing on the same tile. Yeah, so Boudicca's been wandering. Oh, she finally planted that city. All right, well, that's about as good of a spot as you're going to get because it's got rice plus horses. Still very low on food, but about as good as she's going to do. And then there's still a settler wandering here. So Mao planted this city, which seems basically guaranteed to come into conflict with Rome. I do like this spot, though. It needs a border expansion, but with the fish and the gems, it's actually a pretty solid city. And meanwhile, Augustus, you'd think he would have another settler out. He does not, though. He's just not just not big on expansion. Augustus tends not to build a lot of settlers, even if he can, like in this game. All right, so we're 50 turns in. There is another Gilgamesh settler out over here. And Lincoln got a city on the north coast here at Philadelphia. That's also not a very good city at all. No food bonuses, 0 food bonuses at all. There's a whales in the second ring. Wow, that is a weak city. Man, Lincoln is such a dead man walking. Whoever takes over his territory is going to be in really good shape. Yeah, so Monty's gotten 4 cities. Huayna Capac is building Temple of Artemis. Does he have a settler out? No, he does not. So it looks like he's mostly out of territory to expand, honestly. I guess maybe he can push down here or up here. But I wouldn't say he's grabbed a lot of territory, Huayna Capac. I wouldn't say this was a good early game for him. All right, let me see if I can try to get a screenshot. It's a little hard to get the whole map in because this is a larger map. So let's do our turn 50 comparison real quick. All right, so Huayna Capac is leading in GNP. That's not a surprise. He's got Holy City Culture plus Financial and all those Riverside tiles, plus the gems. Production, it's Lincoln who's actually first in production. Okay, didn't expect that. Gilgamesh is tops in food. He has the most cities. Power is Lincoln, somewhat surprisingly, and Gilgamesh leading. Culture, Creative Civ, Holy City, and Rome, Stonehenge. So, not too much to say about that thus far. I guess that Lincoln's power is high because he was able to get early chariots, I guess. Largest. Gilgamesh, Boudicca. Again, this is mostly just early border pops. Mao being so low. The reason why Mao is so low is because a lot of his borders are out in the water, and you don't get points for that in that ranking. So this Celtic city is pretty lousy because it has no food and never will have food. I guess you can build some farms later on. Let's see who has resources connected. So there's a copper connected here. Oh, wait, has she not researched roads? Did Boudicca forget to research? Did she not research the... Oh my god, she doesn't have the wheel. What the heck? I was like, how does she not have this ivory connected? But she's apparently skipping... Ugh. She needs to research wheel. When I chose to back Boudicca, I did not realize that she would ignore roads. It's also hurting her because she has no trade routes for the little extra point of commerce, and that does matter. Monty's similar deal. I don't think he has roads either. All right, he also doesn't have the wheel. What is with these people and not researching wheel tech? Looks better here on the part of Gilgamesh. So he's got both horses and copper connected, and he's already building vultures. Huayna Capac, no strategic resources, but look, the double happiness resources certainly helps. Building Temple of Artemis does not help so much. But like he's already got cottage. I was gonna say he has cottages up, but he's not working them. He's actually working some pretty good tiles in his cities. Lincoln has a lot of resources connected. He has both oh man, he has both wonder resources. Jeez. Whoever takes over his territory is going to be sitting pretty. And Mal does have resources. No happiness resources and no strategic resources, though. That's kind of a problem. He needs to get the borders popped here. Does Mal have mysticism? He does not. That is part of the problem. All right. Lincoln's researching ironworking, but it's too late, buddy. You don't have any. You don't have any iron. I guess if you can get up here, maybe you can get iron there. You just planted Atlanta, though. Another city with no food resources at all. Yeah, I would say I like the way Gilgamesh has opened up in the start of this game. Now he had a settler walking to the north here. I don't know where he's sending this. Okay. Well, that's one way to get furs connected, I guess. I wouldn't say that's a very good city, but I mean that's one way to get furs in your territory. It's nice to be creative sometimes. And we'll see who, we should reveal the map just so we don't miss anything. Why couldn't I have gone against this Mao in passive aggressive Hattie game? I actually do like the early Moai statues because he's going to be working a lot of water tiles, but he probably should wait a little bit longer on that. Some chariots attacking this city, but I don't think they're going to have much success. Chariots are not really archer killing units. So just kind of next turning along here. Some of the leaders have definitely not built have not built the correct or researched the correct techs. Like Boudicca really needs to research wheel so she can actually build roads in her territory. Mao needs to get mysticism. Montezuma also needs to get the wheel because he's got a copper, but he can't connect. Doesn't have it connected because he's a moron and he hasn't built roads. For whatever reason, he wants masonry. I don't get that. Oh, Gilgamesh is going for priesthood. Yeah. The ziggurats would be quite good considering he's expanded. That is actually a good tech for him. Oh, and he got this spot too. Oh man, he's looking so strong this game. I liked Gilgamesh, man. Maybe I guess I should have picked him first instead of second. Oh well, still very, very early in this game. I mean, I wasn't wrong about saying I thought Gilgamesh was in good shape, but if he comes in first and someone else comes in second, I don't score any points out of it, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, he's just crushing it over here. He's kind of gotten all the key territory in his immediate surrounding area. And especially if he runs over America, he's going to be an unstoppable juggernaut in this game. Is Boudicca finally on the wheel? Yeah, she is, but like her research is really bad right now. She's researching it at 5 beakers per turn. And again, part of that is because she doesn't have any resources connected. She actually has a lot of happiness here. Maybe she'll grow onto some more commerce producing tiles. Oh well. She's grabbed a lot of territory, and that is usually the most important thing, because the AI can kind of figure everything else out later. There's also down to just 2 archers here in this city. I did not look at everybody's tech rates. We can do that real quick. I'm sure Huayna Capac is the tech leader. I'm sure he is researching faster than anyone else. 26 speakers per turn. Mal's at 5. Augustus is at 8. Boudicca's at 2. Okay, girl. Yeah, she's really struggling right now. Gilgamesh is at 10. That's actually not that bad at this stage. Lincoln's at 20. Monty's at 20. Making use of those gold tiles. Okay. So yeah, Boudicca is kind of limping along right now on tech. Definitely struggling there. Oh, are these workers going to get captured by that archer? No, looks like they pulled back to safety. And then the vulture killed this. Yeah, I like Gilgamesh's position by far the most right now. Like, by a lot. Much more so than I like Boudicca's position, and way more than I like Huayna Capac's position. At least he's going to have ironworking connected for his iron, so he won't be a sitting duck. Monty did connect his copper, and he built a city down here in the south. You know, Monty's actually got a lot of happiness resources. He's got gold, ivory, and silver. If he wasn't Monty, he might actually have a decent shot to do something in this game. And this is an awful city, but it does connect the silver right away. So there is that. Boudicca just needs to get her economy fixed. Can't really expand until she solves that. Meanwhile, Rome has been sitting on 5 cities for a while. Oh, I guess he founded this city, Ravenna. Man, look at these city placements. I mean, he just really didn't want that fish, did he? He very carefully planted his cities such that he could not work this fish tile ever. That's something to do that. Augustus doesn't have wheel either. Yeah, he doesn't. Mal, 22 turns animal husbandry. Yeah, his economy is pretty bad too. He's only running 10% research, but he can afford higher than that. And he does have the early Moai, which might be useful. There is a whole bunch of units just hanging out here. Some City Raider warriors. Okay. You have good luck with that. Now with all these City Raider warriors. Oh boy. This city only has 2 archers left. And a whole bunch of warriors outside it too. This city is already being culturally crushed. This city should get captured relatively quickly because vultures, which are not great units, but I mean, vultures with plus 20% city attack should take the archers down pretty easily. And it sure looks like that's going to go to, I mean, chariots won't get it done, but vultures will. All right, Lincoln continuing to paint an ever larger target on his backside here by building very juicy wonders. Did Boudicca settle another city? Yes, she did. She settled this spot here, continuing to destroy her economy further. I mean, it's a good city. I like the idea of grabbing that land. Now, if she could just ever get enough commerce to do something to not be completely ruined tech-wise. That's kind of her problem is tech-wise she's pretty bad. But I like the spot itself. I certainly like her more so than her position, much more than Mao. Mao is very weak in this game. It's like I said, the AI just doesn't do these seafood starts very well. Boudicca's beaker rate is garbage. 3 per turn. Again, she really needs to get cottages, but she can't build cottages without pottery, and she can't do pottery without the wheel because it's a mandatory prereq. So she's a long way away from. What would actually help her a lot would be capturing the Barb City. She would get some minor capture gold, and that would be enough to finish the tech. Finish wheel at least. Yeah, so here we go. Here's our first vulture group. Those vultures should kill the archers. None of the archers have city garrison promotions anyway. One of them has a drill 1 promotion, which is going to be useless. But like the city raider vulture should have like 80% odds to kill an archer. Yep, so there we go. Gilgamesh is getting even stronger. Man, I'm a little bit annoyed that I identified Gilgamesh as a strong AI, but then did not pick him to win, just picked him for second. Well, he hasn't won this game yet. He's just looking good. Yeah, he's on how many cities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's on 8 cities. I mean, he sure controlled this part of the map. If he runs over Lincoln, he is basically unstoppable, and it's just whatever victory condition he wants to win. But if he takes first and Boudicca takes second, I would sure be happy with that. Anyway, like I said, early in the game, got a long way to go, but he's looking good. Oh, look, Lincoln is going to have medals. Okay, so Lincoln not totally helpless. Of course, if he loses this city, then he's out of medals. I said maybe he'll get this spot, and that's exactly what happened. So that's a big pickup for Lincoln. It makes him less of a sitting duck to grab that. The crab iron. Boudicca's research is so sad. It really is. She can't manage more than 10%. And she can't build cottages because she doesn't have pottery tech. Can't build granaries either. Lincoln just seems determined to build wonders. Sure, we'll sign open borders. What's kind of sad down here is that Augustus hasn't done more. Oh, Huayna Capac got the third religion. Oh, well, a lot going on this turn. This is not really what Boudicca should be doing this early in the game. Charging City Raider Spearmen in towards in towards Mao. Okay, I would have thought that she would have gone after Lincoln over Mao. This is definitely a mistake as far as wars go. You know, if she just attacked this city here, Guangzhou, she would take it pretty easily. If she took this city, she would cut off Mao's source of copper. Let's look at the power bar graphs real quick. Yeah, she doesn't really have much of an edge. Yeah, kind of shocking Boudicca versus Mao or versus Monty hasn't happened. I mean, give it time. There's still a chance for that to happen. Boudicca's research rate is so sad. Yeah, I don't know why she appears to be going for Beijing, which would be about the dumbest thing possible. Maybe not, though. Well, that was a fast request. She asked literally the first turn. Maybe she'll double back, though. Maybe she's just going to pillage tiles to fix her economy. Nope, she doesn't indeed appear to be going straight for the capital with City Raider Spearmen. Okay. Against archers. Not on a hill, at least. But come on. This is really dumb. Like, really, really dumb. Oh, she just threw some of those units away. Again, if she would have just attacked this city, she actually would have captured it easily. Well, here comes more units. Anyway, so Huayna Capac buried the second religion of the game. He actually used the Oracle to get it. What did he Oracle again? He didn't actually Oracle. Oh, he Oracled metal casting, it looks like, for the forges. I mean, Huayna Capac's very strong for considering his number of cities. He's just stuck on 5 cities. I don't really see him getting beyond that. Alright, well, yeah, this stack is almost all warriors. There's 1 axe, 1 spear, and 4 warriors. City Raider warriors, man. You best watch out for them City Raider warriors. That said, if these units attack this city, I don't think they would capture it. This is just such a weird move. If she had just attacked, like, the Barb City instead, like, if she just attacked this Barb City with her stack instead, she'd be in such better shape. But she did not do that. Very weird. If she combines these units together and attacks Guangzhou, she might take it. So Lincoln has picked up Boudicca's religion, which has, I don't know what effect. And hey, Boudicca's finally going to get the wheel here. Finally. Nope, she did not combine her stacks. Oh wait, yes she did. I thought she attacked, but no, she did combine the stacks together. A lot of warriors in that stack. A lot of warriors. Oh, Boudicca. Why did you have to race off to attack Mao? So it's not inconceivable that this attack could succeed. The double, I mean, there's no city walls, there's no city defenses here. It's not on a hill. 2 axes, 2 spears, and an archer. The main thing is the axes. She has to kill the axes. If she kills the axes, then she takes the city because the spears are not that strong. But those warriors are pretty much useless, and especially against axes, they don't do anything. So this is probably not enough to succeed. Yeah. Just not enough. So there's the shrine for Huayna Capac. I mean, he's making this work so far. He's already up to 2nd place somehow, despite having no territory at all. Boudicca on 15-turn archery. She may have just screwed herself over by not having wheel tech earlier. I wasn't really expecting her to be this incompetent economically. I knew she wouldn't be good, but this is really bad. I mean, Huayna Capac's at 63 beakers per turn. Gilgamesh is at 30. She's at 3 beakers per turn. Mao is at least at 20. Like, she may have just crippled herself technologically too badly. So this attack is complete failure. Just threw away all those units. I mean, she did promote one of the archers to City Garrison 3. Ugh, my picks. No, my picks. Boudicca, why? Why did you make that attack? Why didn't you attack Lincoln instead? Lincoln's going for the Barb City right now, I think. Either that or he's going to attack Mao. Hooray, protective trait, yeah. Well, this is not what Huayna Capac needed. How is Lincoln not being attacked by anyone? Lincoln's like, what? What's going on? Why am I not being attacked by anyone? He's like, I'll take it. All right. Yeah, this attack's not going to succeed, but it's probably going to, this could be the one way for Huayna Capac to succeed in this game. Start taking territory from Monty. But more likely, this is setting up Gilgamesh for a conquest of Lincoln. And now let's look at how Gilgamesh feels about these AIs. Well, he's pretty much pleased or cautious with everybody, so hard to see. Funny that Lincoln is the worst enemy of Huayna Capac and Montezuma, but neither one of them is attacking him. So yeah, this attack's not going anywhere, but it will probably slow down Huayna Capac a bit. And Gilgamesh has picked up the minority religion of Huayna Capac. That means he now has a different religion from everybody over here. That's interesting. And now Lincoln's back to being the worst enemy again. So yeah, this war between Boudicca and Mao is unlikely to go anywhere. Gilgamesh early calendar. Man, he is just so far ahead in development. Once he gets calendar, he has a lot of calendar resources. Silk, spices, dyes. I mean, he's got 3, maybe 4. He's got at least 3 calendar resources. No, incense as well. That would be 4. Is Gilgamesh plotting? Good question. No, not at the moment, which is probably smart. The ideal thing is just expand until you get up to construction. Don't look to fight until you have construction tech. It's kind of the ideal early game for these AIs. Anyway, so Monty is pillaging, but he's not actually capturing anything. Not surprisingly. He is running units around and pillaging some tiles, but this city has walls, so this city is not going to fall, not without catapults, or is very unlikely to fall without catapults. Augustus, 14 turns to ironworking. He's really done very little, too. Augustus. I mean, I guess he planted this city over here. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is not bad. I mean, he got the gold resource, so that's pretty decent. Boudicca needs to get some more happiness over here. Still only researching at 10%. At least she's finally been able to start cutting down some of these forests and building roads to get her stuff together. So there was a potential for Monty to maybe attack Boudicca and roll her up together with Mao. Oh, he's actually not attacking that city, which is smart. Although this city's just as well defended, so... And, yeah, the city's just as well defended, so I don't see that having much luck. Keep waiting to see if there's a new stack over here. It looks like Mao's got one, but he won't have any better success than Boudicca did if he attacks here. Again, they both really should be going for the Barb cities. Gilgamesh has some units over here for whatever reason. He's still not plotting war yet, but he's... Oh, did he connect the gems yet? No. He has ironworking, so he really should connect the gems. That's even a smart Forbidden Palace spot over there. Yeah, I don't know what Monty's doing. He's just kind of like walking around pillaging. He's just kind of destroying Huayna Capac's game and not actually doing anything else. Oh, okay. Well, unexpected. Could Monty be first to die here? It's in play. I know that were a couple people who had that prediction. It's in play. This is good news for the Huayna Capac team. And Monty has so many, yeah, Monty has so many units off here in the east that he actually does not have hardly anything here at Texcoco. The North shall rise again. Yeah, this city should fall. There's no walls. I mean, that's a lot of swords. Lincoln, by virtue of Lincoln grabbing this one city here for iron, it's really put him back in the game. So yeah, he's gonna take this first city capture of the game goes to Lincoln. Kind of amazing. I still think Lincoln's doomed long term, but this is a good start for him. Yeah, Monty does not have a ton of territory. Like if he throws this big stack away attacking, which he probably will, he's not looking good. Meanwhile, over here, these two continue to walk around. That Boudicca, why do you have so many warriors? It'd be interesting to see if either one of these stacks attacks each other. Oh, Boudicca, you moron. This stack, so the smaller Chinese stack walked onto this hill tile, which gets a 75% defensive bonus, and then that's when she chose to attack it. That was so dumb. So dumb. She has worries because she can't afford upgrading them. Well, she shouldn't even be able to build them at this point. Looks like Gilgamesh is attacking this city, although he's suffering the river penalty. Yeah, here comes the Americans pouring down here. Monty does not have a lot of units in his capital right now. He might have bitten off more than he can chew for like the 10,000th time ever. So Rome picking up that Barb City definitely helps Augustus. So despite attacking in a horrifically one-sided battle, Boudicca still seems to be... Boudicca's tactics have been awful, but she still seems to be winning here in this war just because Mao is so weak in this game. I mean, in between those two, I'm glad I picked Boudicca over Mao, who I was thinking about. He just has really struggled in this game. Boudicca has also struggled a lot, but not as much as Mao. Lincoln wants revenge for the previous season. I don't think the AI thinks that way, but maybe. So Huayna Capac's on construction, which pretty much would spell doom for Monty. He's still got this stack like walking around in Incan territory. But Monty definitely can't survive a 2v1. The only way that he... I mean, at this point, the main way he's not first to die is Gilgamesh attacking Lincoln. Whether that happens, though, I don't know. So this looks like a suicide attack by America against the Aztec capital. Yeah, so not surprised. Oh no, actually didn't launch the attack. I thought that was an attack getting launched and everything dying. Ooh, well, that's good news for Monty. Bad news for Huayna Capac because he was about to get construction and then start tearing through these. Huayna Capac, you should not have signed peace. That was a perfect opportunity to get land. Really big mistake there. He had his chance to start taking cities and getting out of this little corner, but now he's not going to be able to do that. So in a 1v1 war, this probably stalemates. Probably. Not guaranteed, though. Americans seem to realize that attacking here is a death sentence. Oh, Gilgamesh didn't even have ironworking yet. He really should have researched that. Hook up those gems. Alright, so he's plotting. We still got a shot for him to hit Lincoln and run over Lincoln here, because most of us have that as first to die. Boudicca, the single smartest thing you could do would be to just sign peace and get out of this disastrous war. Like, she really should have been trying to take this Barb City, not clashing with Mao. Like, this is a really really nice and juicy barbarian city that would be great for her to capture. At least her economy seems to be somewhat recovered. Well, no, not really. She's still at 10%. I was like, at least her economy is somewhat recovering, but no, not really. Maybe she is going for the Barb City, though. There's one archer left here. You know, that vulture has a really good chance of sniping it. So Gilgamesh is now converted to Huayna Capac's religion, so they will be good friends. Where's Huayna Capac? I guess they haven't gotten there yet, but as the religion spreads, they're likely to become more popular. Ziggurat power. Yeah, his research rate, it's not going to look impressive yet, but it will get more and more impressive as the game goes on. He's at 56 speakers per turn. We'll just do a quick. So he's basically matching Huayna Capac just by virtue of territory. I mean, Mal's at 20, Augustus at 26, Boudicca's at 4 beakers. She's going to be useless if she can't get her research rate up. Oh, and I missed Monty, 29. I mean, this tech rate is just abysmal. I think Gilgamesh might take this city. Oh no, wow, that was a lucky win with that chariot. I guess the chariot promoted and then won. That's a big pickup for Boudicca. Like, this is a nice spot. Look at this city. Gets her finally a spot on the water too. I really thought Gilgamesh was going to snipe this with that one vulture who actually killed most of the defenders. Now she has a chance to work some water tiles and not be as useless. She's still in this if she can ever get her economy on track. This city garrison 3 archer. But there's a city raider 3 axe. So yeah, it kind of comes down to the... Oh, and here's Mal's force. These two just still fighting over here. Yeah, I can't see an attack here succeeding. Both sides have so many promotions. A gazillion promotions for protective on the defense, and then Boudicca's aggressive charismatic setup. She would have gotten a small amount of gold from capturing that. Not a lot, but a little bit. So Gilgamesh should, if he's really plotting war, he should be putting a stack together. He doesn't have construction yet. Lincoln does, or he almost has construction. These two have still been fighting as well over here. We should have looked at the bar graphs because it's 100 turns into the game. Monty does have horse archers, but this is a pretty good stack here. Add catapults to this and the Aztec capital will die. Alright, let's see. So GMP, Huayna Capac's leading, no surprise. Gilgamesh is close, followed by Lincoln. Lincoln actually has a pretty strong economy. Production, it's pretty close, except Mal's production is terrible, which is partly why he's struggling in this war, even though Boudicca's tactics have been awful. Monty and Mao are the trailers in food. And then in power, it's actually Lincoln and then Gilgamesh. Rome is low. Rome has like been the forgotten man in this game. Barely been paying attention, although he actually has gotten out to a decent amount of territory now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities. I mean, that's not nothing. It's more than Boudicca has. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 7. So like Rome's out expanded her at this point. Rome has more territory in its borders, but that's not what counts. Also, this city is not guaranteed to be held. Look, there's a spear walking up here. This spear could easily take this city if it chooses to keep going. Yep, it's like this. Oh, never mind, it got reinforced. Got reinforced with an axe, so it's okay now. Alright, so who's the Judaism founder? Was that Lincoln? Who founded Judaism? Hold on. Unknown. It should have told me what city it popped up in. Well, we'll just have to spot it on the religious indicator then. Oh, another Huayna Capac special. Okay. That's unlikely to be a very significant religion. Still, he did get another city by getting out of his little corner. It's going to be a pretty decent spot. Hey, he even got copper from that, which was a resource he lacked. Yeah, I mean, Huayna Capac is just such a great AI. Even with this not very good starting position, he's kind of making it work here. He's still one of the score leaders despite really not having a good starting position at all. as opposed to like Boudicca wasting her time in this war. Still don't know what she's doing over here. And then there's this ongoing war between Lincoln and Monty. Got like these two stacks here. So yeah, the Celts keep trying to go for this spot, which will finally get its borders popped soon. I mean, there's a lot of archers in there. I don't think that these axes are strong enough to capture this city. I don't see it happening. Looks like some of them attacked and didn't really achieve a whole lot. Poor Boudicca and her terrible tech. She still doesn't even have pottery. That's really sad. Her tech is just so bad, it's hard to see her being any kind of a force in this game. I regret my pick. Really wish I could have picked, really wish I had switched my first and second. Oh well. I did not expect her teching to be this atrociously bad. Kind of liking a Gilgamesh first, Huayna Capac second setup right now, for what I'm seeing. You know, if she had just not attacked Mao, she would have been in such better shape. Oh well, she did. Meanwhile, Augustus is like running around with a bunch of units down here. And this force still is, this like force of American units has just been hanging out for quite some time on like the forest tiles, not doing anything. Monty looked like he got hit with collateral damage and is now healing it. He has a decent chance to get Texcoco back. I was wondering, Gilgamesh said he was plotting earlier, but he seems to have maybe backed off of that. No, he's still showing he's plotting war, but he doesn't seem to be building a lot of units. Wonder who he would attack it. I think Lincoln is his worst enemy. Yeah, he doesn't like Lincoln very much. Lincoln is still the worst enemy of Huayna Capac and Monty and Gilgamesh, so there's still a decent chance he's the first. Is Huayna Capac back to plotting? Good question. No, not at the moment. Just doing his econ thing. So yeah, we'll sign open borders. He has founded 3 of the 4 religions in the game, by the way. And Augustus just went for this spot. I guess he wanted the marble, I guess. Although apparently he doesn't have sailing tech. Yeah, he went for that to try to get marble. He's actually fairly strong over here, especially because Mao's very weak and Boudicca's economy is such garbage. He could easily just reach a level of tech that they can't match. And he's picked up a minority religion. Well, that's not smart. He picked up a minority religion that no one else is practicing. If he spreads that around, it's probably pretty bad for him. It definitely is proving the fact that the protective civs are definitely hard to attack. Like, protective doesn't really do a whole lot to help you win, but it... And it's another bar... Oh, that one was size 1, so it just got raised. Now, this city's not that well defended. It actually just has 2 axes, or 3 axes. But the attack... Oh, and the attack force is mostly chariots. That actually might be decent, although I think the walls will complete before Boudicca takes her turn. Still, if it's mostly axes on the defense, there's a bunch of chariots, maybe. It's a lot of units. And this does control the only... Oh, Monty is now converted to a religion that no one else practices. Boy, some people are really taking their lives in their hands here. I was going to say this controls the only metal source, but Beijing's culture would still control this, even if Xi'an were to be captured here. Looks like the city was reinforced enough that it didn't fall. Yeah, Boudicca just is continuing to attack, but not really achieving much. She has way more production, but she can't actually get through the defenders. Mao's just keeps reinforcing. So Mao's very weak, but it's just mostly dragging the 2 of them down, this conflict. Mao is iron to his west as well. Does he? Oh yeah, he has, never mind. He has iron at his capital. I guess he would have had to because he's running around with swords. So I guess he had to have something. So both wars that are going on right now are pretty much stalemates that like not much is happening in. Lincoln does have catapults though, so like he can maybe able to break these stalemates. Hagia Sophia already? That's an early wonder there. Keep waiting for Gilgamesh to make a move. He's been reluctant, even though it says he's been plotting war for quite some time. Another shrine for Huayna Capac. He has double shrines in this city already. It's just such a strong AI, even in this bad situation. Has Boudicca gotten to double-digit peakers yet? I hope for her sake she has. She's at 20, so she is making at least a few beakers now. A lot of Roman cities down here, though. Like, a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Augustus is on 11 cities now. Whereas Boudicca's on 7 and Mao's on 5. And Boudicca only got to 7 by virtue of the kind of lucky capture of this city. Just relentlessly slamming units into your neighbor's walls over and over and over again is really not a path to success. Alright, so we've got a siege going on here. There's one catapult still alive here. There were 2 initially, but it looks like one of them died to a Montezuma attack. And most of the rest of the stack died, but a lot of Aztec units died too. Somewhat surprisingly, Gilgamesh is just kind of chilling here. Definitely had the opportunity to make a move and has not really taken it. So here comes... Oh, it looks like they signed peace. Because there's no more American units in Aztec territory. And Mao has now picked up the same religion as Huayna Capac. Alright, so back to the status quo again. Only one war going on. This long-running Celtic versus Chinese war that's just kind of crippling both of them. Surprisingly peaceful game, all things considered. I mean, there's been plenty of conflicts, but there's been very little territory changing hands. Yeah. Boudicca really torpedoed her game by attacking Mao, didn't she? Kind of torpedoed both of their games in the process. Doesn't look like either of them has any realistic chance of winning at this point. Oh boy, okay. What the? What was that? So, oh, Monty declared war and then Mao signed peace. Okay. I thought that that was a war declaration and a peace being signed on the exact same turn. Well, Monty actually does have catapults here. Monty does have catapults. So he may be able to do something, maybe. Let's look at their power bar graphs. They're about the same in terms of power. Lincoln is somewhat shockingly #1 in power. It appears as though Boudicca did get to ironworking, because I see her building Gallic warriors. Alright, this isn't... You know, this was probably... Mao... It looks like Mao bought Montezuma into the war, because he doesn't appear to have a stack that was ready to attack. So I think that was an alliance war. I think. Could be wrong, though. Here comes all the Celtic units walking back across their territory. How many cities does Monty have? He has 5 cities. He is not especially strong either. Rome is like settling the tundra down at the bottom of the map, more so than anyone else. Kind of surprised at how much territory Augustus is starting to pick up here. In part because his two neighbors are so incompetent this game. Mao and Boudicca have really put up a poor showing. Also, how has no one attacked Lincoln yet? Like, what the heck? How has Lincoln not been attacked yet in this game? Now Monty's changed religions yet again? Okay, whatever. And Huayna Capac, yeah, he's just settling right around Montezuma too, due to Monty's incompetence. I'm not even sure what to root for, other than I think my picks are not going to be very good. Yeah, we just looked at the power graphs. Like, we just looked at them. Like, literally 1 minute ago. Yeah, I don't really see a way for Boudicca to win. Maybe somehow Gilgamesh takes second and I can get points from that. I'm still holding out hope that Lincoln is first to die. Still holding out hope somehow. This city is probably going to get captured because there's actual catapults here. As opposed to Boudicca, who has to throw her units into walls. Although she apparently just has enough cities units that she's probably going to take this city. Yep. Got one of Monty's cities. Who does Gilgamesh have open borders with? Oh, well. That is not good news for Boudicca. That is not good news for my pick at all. Looks like she's gotten herself into too many wars. Augustus. Like, that's that then. I mean, that ends any chance of Boudicca winning the game. She's done at this point. It's not to say she's first eliminated, but she's done in terms of winning. Ah, well. That's unfortunate. So, yeah, Augustus is actually pretty strong. So in terms of power, here he is. Gilgamesh has been spiking in power, so he's probably getting ready to attack someone. Would be my guess. This is Gilgamesh, Huayna Capac, and Lincoln in terms of research. Who's this that just spiked in? I think that's Boudicca, actually. Yeah, Rome and Gilgamesh have the most food right now. Monty just lost that city. So the key question, does Rome have catapults by any means? Rome does have catapults and praetorians, so this is not likely to go well for the Celts, who already have a terrible economy. Yeah, this is not good for the Celts at all, is it? Maybe Huayna Capac will sneak out a cultural victory, and then Gilgamesh can come in second on score. We'll see. Definitely been kind of a weird game with Lincoln being completely ignored by every low piece weight leader. I don't think that was likely at all, but that has been the case thus far. So over here, the Aztecs are about to capture this Celtic city. There's one spear in it, so yeah, no surprise there. These two just traded cities, basically. They're both fairly weak. It's more about who's going to like sweep in and get all the spoils. The absolute best thing for Augustus was Boudicca and Mao fighting for such a long period of time. I don't think that was terribly likely. It was just one of those things that happened. Huayna's already in free religion. Like I said, I think it was just one of those things that happened somewhat unexpectedly. And as a result, Rome was just able to get really strong and just like keep settling, while left completely alone. Stonehenge obviously helped a lot too. But it certainly looks right now like Boudicca is going to be first to die. And we could have a very strong Rome. Like, everyone in the game in the picking contest was like, is it China that's, like, someone's going to be strong in the West? Is it China? Or is it the Celts? Like, which one of those two is the strong Western leader? And apparently it was neither. Apparently it was Augustus Caesar, which is like, what? Augustus Caesar? What? Hey, maybe he wins and Gilgamesh comes in second. It's possible. Oh, the Celts recaptured this one. Oh, there it is. There's the war we've been waiting for like the whole game. Gilgamesh declares on Lincoln. All right, come on, Lincoln first to die. You can do it. You can still be first to die, Lincoln. We've been waiting for that. All right, so here, where's Gilgamesh's actual attack force? The problem though is Lincoln's already up to longbows. He already has feudalism, so this is not likely to be an easy war by any means. I think Gilgamesh is definitely stronger, especially if he takes this city and cuts off the source of metal. But like, where's the big army from Gilgamesh? I don't see a huge force. Definitely first in power, but like this is... Oh, Huayna Capac's starting to rise in power too. Yeah, he's also plotting on someone. Maybe he's also plotting on Lincoln, who has a different religion. Ah, well, we'll see. So it's just gonna be hard to kill the longbows. Wow, everyone is telling me to cancel deals with the Americans. Like, chariots are not going to have a lot of success against longbows in a city on a hill. Going to need more elephants there. Somehow the Aztecs managed to lose a city in this war with the Celts. Somehow. Monty only has 4 cities. Yeah, Gilgamesh needs to have a good war here because Rome is starting to get very strong. There's actually yet another American city up here. Alright, that one was auto-raised. It was actually close to hitting size too, but didn't quite get there. Alright, so yeah, there's not a lot of actual attackers here. I'm wondering who Huayna Capac's gonna attack, because it's pretty clear he's gonna fight someone. Also, what happened to Monty? He doesn't seem to have like any units left. Did he just like lose his whole army somehow? Where's Rome's military, by the way? Looked like Rome was just gonna run. Rome certainly should be able to like just run over the Celts, but it hasn't been happening thus far. Like with catapults, it shouldn't be that hard, especially because the Aztecs are still at war. Oh, here comes the American force. Okay. Yeah, there's actually a lot of American units over here attacking Gilgamesh. Lincoln managed to last long enough to not be an easy, not the easy meat. Yet another religion for Huayna Capac. He has a real shot of cultural victory in this game. All right, that's more of what we wanted to see from Gilgamesh. A force like this. Now that's strong enough to punch through and take this city. Although then a lot of the units that captured got hit by counterattacking American units. Meanwhile, this force, I mean, this will probably capture this city too. Although this city, yeah, this city's not on a hill. This city is on a hill. Like the Americans ended up getting a decent amount of territory, like especially way up here. This is something that should not have happened. They should have been attacked earlier in the game when they were a total sitting duck. But like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities remaining. Not going to be an easy conquest. Somehow, Huayna Capac's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's at 7 cities as well. Just settling along the coast. But like if Lincoln had been attacked before he settled the Iron City, he would have just folded instantly. I think that that probably happens in some alternate histories, because he just folds right away. But it didn't happen in this one. Oh yes, there's a major battle going on over here. Although it looks like the Romans got the worst of it. Augustus struggling a little bit. Huayna Capac is still building every wonder under the sun, by the way. His culture is going to be pretty impressive. There's a decent shot he wins by culture. I really think that. I don't, like, that might seem kind of crazy, but apparently Gilgamesh is up to maces now. Yeah, once he got maces in this city, it looked pretty safe. This slow siege is still taking place here. Pretty well defended city, though. Let's just check in on the bar graphs again for power. Gilgamesh, Lincoln, Rome. Huayna Capac. Celts are down here, so I don't really think the Celts can hold their territory for too long. Rome just has so many more cities. Even if the Celtic units are better promoted, there's a lot more production on the Roman side, but still have to actually capture the cities. Augustus is one of the leaders who's more likely to sign peace. Oh, hey there. Yeah, Monty signs peace. Oh, why would you give that city back? Why did she give that city back? I don't understand that at all. What the heck? Okay, well, here's Huayna Capac's chance to pull something out. I will say if he ends up winning this game somehow, this is going to be one of the most impressive victories in AI Survivor history if he manages to pull a win out of this game from that terrible starting position. But this is a good time to hit Monty. Monty's a very weak leader. Um, yeah, Monty's a very weak leader, so he probably should be able to overrun him and have Monty as first to die, which I know some people did have in the picking contest. I still think Lincoln was the correct pick, even if it doesn't play out that way. Like I still think that that's the correct pick, but kudos to you if you managed to get this right. Just watching because it looks like Boudicca still has no catapult, so she can't actually bombard the defenses. She's just like launching these crazy attacks. Oh, well, Boudicca managed to hold her territory. Like it looked like she was about to just die instantly when that war started. The 2v1. She's nowhere close to winning this game, and I don't see how she can't win the game from this position. She's way too far behind. But she's still hanging in there. Just her hideously bad tech means that she'll never really be a competitor. So let's see. The Gilgamesh War versus Lincoln is still ongoing too. Yeah, this is Lincoln's just not an easy opponent at this point. He got like the reason why we all had him as first to die is we expected him to be ganged up on in the early game, and that just didn't happen. So Huayna Capac was able to take that city. Yeah, I think Huayna Capac was gonna succeed in this conquest. There's only 4 Aztec cities left, and he's got catapults, and he's got maces against ancient age units for the Aztecs. And as soon as Huayna Capac has territory, I mean, that's all he needs is territory. Oh, it looks like the Aztecs recaptured the city when some of the units moved away. Or did they sign peace? He didn't actually sign a peace treaty, did he? No, I guess he just moved some of the units away. That was definitely a mistake by Huayna Capac to let that city get recaptured like that. Does he still have catapults? Yeah, he still does. Alright, well, did get recaptured, and there are catapults moving on the Aztec capital. Okay, so see trebuchets? This is not how you move your trebuchets out by themselves. So was under siege for a long time, but it looks like the American attack ultimately failed. So the power bar graph should be like crashing downwards for America. I don't think America can die first before the Aztecs can. And we're apparently 150 turns into this game now. Still with no one having gotten conquered. Oh, look at this. Somehow this Treb managed to get up. Somehow these units were not attacked. I don't quite see how that happened, but looks like Gilgamesh is focusing on the American capital. Those cities are there's just like a peace treaty, an agreement not to attack each other up here. So Huayna Capac first, Gilgamesh second is like a real possibility. After thinking Huayna Capac had little chance for most of the game, I actually think he's one of the favorites now. Like Augustus Caesar is strong for the moment, but his high peace weight is going to cause problems for him as the game goes on. Also, his economy is surprisingly bad given how much territory he has. Apparently, he's in a golden age right now. He does have the most food by a pretty good margin because he's got all those cities, and his power has been recovering. Is he in a golden age right now? I believe he is. Yes, yes, he is. So we'll check everybody's research rate when he comes out of that golden age. This one's still pretty up in the air. Like I think all three of these leaders have a shot to win: Augustus, Gilgamesh, and Huayna Capac. I don't think anyone else has a shot to win. So I think it's between them. Also, Huayna Capac winning by culture is a real thing. One real question is whether Huayna Capac and Gilgamesh, they appear to be friendly with one another. So yeah, like if the two of them stay friendly and they just conquer their way across the continent together, that could be a pretty impressive partnership. Like Gilgamesh is going to take down the defenses here, but he needs more units that can do the actual attacking. All right, geez, enough requests. Like he's got these 3 trebuchets, but he's got 1 mace, and 1 mace is not going to kill 8 longbows or whatever. So where are the rest? All right, here comes the rest of or some more. I was like, where are all the other Sumerian units? I guess there's some more on the way. Meanwhile, Huayna Capac's already got the Aztec capital under siege. It is not on a hill, but he will be attacking across a river. Still, maces are pretty good against... I guess they're not that great against longbows, but... they're certainly good against axes and spears. Very good against axes and spears. Alright, so now the Golden Age has ended. Let's take a look at everybody's research rate. So this, if you're wondering why Huayna Capac is probably the favorite to win, it's this. His research rate is absurd. He's so good as a leader. 162. Yeah, like he's double the research rate of Augustus. He's 10 times the research rate of Boudicca. Gilgamesh is actually keeping pace at a decent rate. And Montezuma is whatever. Lincoln has been dragged down by these wars. So Gilgamesh is doing a pretty good job of keeping up, but, I mean, look at this capital. This is disgusting. He actually needs to grow it to a larger size. I don't know why he's not working this tile. He should keep growing this right up to the food limit. Boudicca's research is 20 times better than 50 turns ago. I mean, it should be, though. Civ4 is an exponential game. You should be basically doubling your research. Oh, whoa, was there a revolt there? What was that? Did somebody spy revolt the city? I'm assuming this is like a Huayna Capac brand new city. Christianity. For some reason it didn't pop up here. Oh, I guess that the city was recaptured. So Huayna Capac has 4 of the game. I think he has 5 of the game's 6 religions, if I'm right. Yeah, look at this. He has 5 of this game's 6 religions. Everything except that early Hinduism from Boudicca. He has every other religion in the game. That also could steer him towards a cultural win. Anyway, so he's obviously trying to take the Aztec capital right now. I don't know if he has enough units to do it. Not immediately. We'll see. I guess he did. He just killed a whole bunch of units. He didn't really lose that much. His maces can promote an attack again, so I think he's got this. And that will break the back of Montezuma, as you'd expect. Looks like Gilgamesh is still trying to get a attack force together. Oh, city's unhealthy? Yeah, well, he certainly should grow it into unhealthiness. Yeah, there's not much left here. I guess Monty keeps reinforcing, but like those horse archers aren't going to do much. Not with no defensive bonuses. And with all those city raider maces. Yeah. So that pretty much does it, Monty. He only has 3 cities left. That was the only thing Huayna Capac needed was territory, and now he's getting it. So once he gets territory, it's like, watch out, because this guy is pretty incredible. He's already on education. I mean, like he's basically already finished the medieval era, or very close to it. Yeah, he's basically finished the medieval era. He still needs to pick up guilds, which he should get for knights, but I mean, he's going straight for liberalism, so jeez. I mean, he's going to win that race because the only one close is Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh is hitting the top side of the tree instead. Actually, they're pretty comparable in tech. Now, Gilgamesh still has to pick up a couple things, but I mean, the Incan snowball's off and running. This guy is just such a good leader. All right, let's see if Gilgamesh can keep pace here. And he's also building every wonder too, so yeah, Gilgamesh is struggling because Lincoln is just a much stronger opponent at this stage of the game than also he just walked an unescorted trebuchet off on its own. Augustus might be first in score, but I don't know. His high piece weight makes things look dicey for him longer term. We'll see though. He's in a good position. I just think that long term, it's his position's not that great. Let's see how he feels about some of the other leaders. All right, he really dislikes Boudicca, and that's about it. He's not wild about Mao. Mao dislikes Lincoln the most, which is kind of crazy, all things considered. Still the worst enemy of Mao. And Boudicca dislikes Augustus the most, it appears, but she is in no position to fight him. He is a much stronger leader than her. Ceremonial ball game strong today. Just a quick check-in on the power. So, I mean, Augustus's power has been spiking. He's actually #1 by a good margin right now. Is he plotting war? He's not plotting war, apparently. Just building a lot of units for some reason. Weird that his power is spiking and he's not planning a war. So Gilgamesh, Lincoln, Huayna Capac, Monty. It's just Huayna Capac's conquest is much easier than the one that Gilgamesh is working on right now, because Monty is very weak. Yeah, he's already got paper. That's right. Gilgamesh, I think, just waited a little too long to make this attack. That said, Gilgamesh is researching military tradition, so as soon as he picks up... There's Gilgamesh. As soon as he picks up gunpowder, he will have Cuirassier. He honestly probably should have gone for guilds before military tradition. Would have been more useful to go for guilds first, but like if he can get Cuirassier, then he'll start sweeping through the battlefield, I think. So I think he wins this war long term. I just think it's a long, drawn out struggle, because the Americans are pretty strong in this game. Again, cutting off the supply of iron would be a pretty big game changer. So Huayna Capac's been healing up his stack. That's why we haven't seen his units the last couple turns. He's been like reassembling that stack. Gilgamesh is... he completes yet another wonder. So Gilgamesh... Oh, Boudicca's back for more against a... This is probably not a bad call for her, honestly. Because Mao is weak. Oh, and Gilgamesh signed... Oh, wow. And he even gave the city back. Wow, Gilgamesh, you're missing your moment in this game. You missed your moment in this game, buddy. All right, let's get the Boudicca War. So Lincoln pretty clearly not going to be first to die here. Why would he give that city back after, like, he fought all this war, he captured the city, and then he just gives it back in the peace treaty? Really, really weird. Was Cao Mao's? What does that mean? Oh, the great person who died. I'm not sure. Boudicca unfortunately does not have catapults right now for construction. She, if she had waited like 5 more turns and built some catapults first, this war would likely have gone better for her. She is putting herself at risk of a 2-front war here, though. Oh, and hey, Incans just... well, remember how I said she was putting herself at risk of a 2-front war? Yep. Not surprised. That war declaration counter just keeps ticking up, doesn't it? Cao was American. Okay, it was an American general. All right. Yeah, Boudicca has misplayed this pretty badly, hasn't she? So, Augustus was spiking in power, but he was not planning on declaring war. And then Boudicca declared on Mao, and it looks like either he decided to intervene or that war just happened regardless. But yeah, the Celts are in pretty bad shape right now. I've been pretty disappointed with Boudicca's performance in this game. So meanwhile, Huayna Capac's just continuing to get stronger. I'm hoping maybe I can hit the Gilgamesh for second pick, but if Augustus keeps getting stronger, that gets less and less likely. Because it looks like Augustus and Huayna Capac are starting to emerge here in this game. This city is toast. Like, Augustus is going to be very strong after he absorbs Celtic territory, which it seems like he's going to get pretty much all of it. I mean, he could be close to 20 cities at that point. Although Huayna is still doing Huayna Capac things. Let's see what he grabbed with, if he was smart, he took astronomy. No, he took nationalism. I guess that's not a terrible pick, but he could have taken astronomy. He has the prereqs for it. It's a more expensive tech. Even more expensive than the beakers would suggest because there's no prereq bonuses for astronomy. All right, let's see if he goes for guilds. So this city will be finished shortly. Monty looks like he's going to be first to die. I'm continue to be shocked that Lincoln has not been taken out earlier in this game. But sometimes the game's funny like that. Boudicca's decision to attack Mao was really one of the biggest turning points in this game. Like, she could have easily attacked Lincoln instead, or someone else, or Montezuma, or pretty much anyone, and the game would have gone very differently. But that really opened up space for Augustus to become strong. I guess Augustus is still kind of behind in tech. Wow, a lot of request spam in this game. So it looks like this stack was hit with collateral damage, but I'm sure there's a medic unit in there, so they'll just heal for a turn and then... Actually, they'll probably just take the city and then heal. I know how the AI operates. They'll probably just take the city first and then heal. So yeah, Aztec territory is steadily disappearing, and again, once Huayna Capac gets this much territory, it's generally not pretty. So the question will eventually turn into who comes out on top between Huayna Capac and Augustus. What I would want to see is Huayna Capac take over Aztec territory and then take out Augustus later on, with Gilgamesh sneaking into second place. Boy, Gilgamesh's early game was so good too. Kind of a disappointment he hasn't done much more with his early game, because he did get off to a good start. Augustus and Lincoln versus Huayna, it's possible. Lincoln's not that strong. Like, if the war had continued between Gilgamesh and Lincoln, Lincoln would have been the loser. But Gilgamesh has, after that great early game, has struggled, to be sure. Now, it looks like guilds was picked up for Inca because Huayna Capac's building knights. Just trying to see where Augustus is attacking right now. I guess he's still kind of wandering around to the next few cities. This seems to be his main stack right here. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the capital. He was apparently hit with some collateral damage, but not enough to actually kill anything, as far as I can see. Oh yeah, he's got a... Oh, wow. Oh, never mind. I thought for a second his whole stack died, but... Did he build the... did he build the Taj Mahal, or did he just trigger a Golden Age? I think he just triggered a Golden Age. Yeah, he obviously didn't build the Taj, but he's now going to use the Golden Age to build the Taj, which is smart, because it looks like he's going to beat Gilgamesh to the punch there. Can we see Huayna Capac's money bag coast, please? Yes. That's the first time she's asked for open borders. Did she only just get writing? And now he's finished Sistine as well. So the Mao finally got that city on the north coast that they'd been clashing over. This is the financial in a golden age. So yeah, there's the we even got the Moai city. I didn't even know this was the Moai city, but there you go. There's financial in a gold financial plus Colossus. It's financial plus Colossus plus golden age. You get every water tile is a money bag. It's pretty rare that you well every coastal tile. The ocean tiles are not money bags, but there you go. Gilgamesh still has a chance. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Gilgamesh has a realistic chance to. I'm not sure if he still has a chance to win, but he could definitely overrun Lincoln and be in a strong second place. He's definitely going for rifles. Or not. Or apparently he's going for democracy. Or not, apparently. So I think the Celtic capital's about to fall here. Yep. Not much left for Boudicca. She's probably going to outsurvive Monty, but that's about it. Here's the Incan stack. Yeah, the AI does not conquer territory quickly, but it does tend to be pretty methodical. That's a lot of very highly promoted units there. I see four City Raider 3 maces. And the city is not on a hill, so like a City Raider 3 maces do kind of destroy longbows without much trouble. Especially, yeah, I was going to say, especially if the trebuchets go first and do some collateral damage. So Monty has one city left, and he has two units in that city. I actually got Mao attacking this spot. I wonder, it's kind of significant how many cities Rome gets as opposed to how many cities China gets. Because China is not strong in this game, whereas Rome is. Like Augustus is moving up here, but this much small. I think Augustus still gets this because he just has so many more units. So Gilgamesh did get Taj Mahal. That's a pickup for him just to deny it to Huayna Capac. He's pushing hard on the top of the tree right now. Kind of an embarrassment that he let America get these two cities up here. If he had just settled for this spot, America would have been so much weaker. No iron, neither of those two cities. Oh wow, didn't happen. So Vienna's no defenses left. This is the holy city. Yeah, Mao just doesn't have enough units. Oh, Huayna Capac was in a golden age. Okay. That's right, he triggered that golden age to civic swap. There's just not enough attackers here. Mao moves first before Augustus, and there's very few defenders, but he just doesn't have enough attackers, so this will go to Mao, or excuse me, Augustus. He was like one turn away from having these units in position, or 2 turns away, I guess. But yeah, this is more territory going over to the Romans. So far, only one Celtic city has gone to China. So yeah, Augustus is starting to get strong. The problem is Huayna Capac's also starting to get strong. Here comes the Incan units closing in on that last Aztec city. Here they come. Or some of them anyway. There's one trebuchet in that group. Meanwhile, Mal's got his little forces closing in on the Celts. It is significant who dies first, because this is still our first to die. It is possible that Boudicca could have both cities fall first. It's more likely that Monty is the first to go. I don't think anyone had Boudicca as first to die. That seemed very unlikely. Still think Monty's going to be the first one, and there were a couple people who picked that. I don't know though. This is close. We could even have both eliminated on the same turn, in which case we really have to watch to see who gets the elimination first. That's the Hindu shrine. So Augustus just picked that up. Apparently Augustus had a great prophet sitting around. Yeah, so we got to watch these cities. Event log would show, that's true. Event log would show in that case. Because like Tolosa has only a couple of units defending it. It's mostly horse archers in there. Although there's not that many attackers left here either. And then, oh, there's only one catapult here, so I still think that Monty is eliminated first, I think. Yeah, the attack on Tolosa has kind of failed, so seems like it. And there's actually quite a few points at stake here as far as who gets eliminated first. This is especially tense if you've got Monty first to die. Oh man, one city left for each. And here, oh, and here comes a big mouth stack. But this city's at 21% defenses, so I still think Monty is going to be the first one to be eliminated here. Down to 5%. Now, if this stack had no trebuchets in it and Mal just attacked, it would be a different story. But because there's siege units in there, all right. It is Monty who's first to die. With only one Celtic city left. At least I'm spared the indignity of my winner pick being the first one to die in the game. All right. Let's put this in the spreadsheet, shall we? Okay, you guys should be able to see that. All right, so I'm just going to put them both in the spreadsheet right now. So Monty is last. He is first to die. Huayna Capac gets the kill because Huayna Capac is really, really good. Even with a lousy starting position, he's still doing awesome stuff this game. And this is turn 192. Was caps lock on? Yep, caps lock was on. Come on. All right. So Monty's out, and then for game 6, Montezuma first eliminated. Like I said, some people did have that. Whereas Boudicca, that would have just been like no points for anyone. Let's see, 125, so divided by 5, that's 25, right? Yeah, 25. So about 10% of our contest had that. Kudos to you if you saw. I did think it was in play. I just thought that I just thought it was more likely that Lincoln would be first to die, and I wanted to go with the percentage play. But it certainly was possible. All right, so now Boudicca will be next. Let's see if Mao or Augustus gets the last hit on this city. Mao moves first in turn order. So it might be Mao who gets this, which would leave him with a city completely surrounded by... Yeah, so Mao gets the killing blow, somewhat undeservedly. But he did have a long struggle. Alright, so literally on the next turn. Literally on the next turn. By one turn. That's how close it was. Alright, so we give Mal the kill credit. I really don't know how they both outlived Lincoln. Well, I mean, I saw it happen. Or how they both died before Lincoln. And Boudicca. Game 6, turn 194. Wait, was Monty turn 192 or 193? I can just see it in the event logger. No, it was two turns. Okay. They were separated by 2 turns. My bad. So it wasn't 1 turn apart, it was 2 turns apart. Okay. So I do have it correct. All right. And then there were 5. On we go. So I don't think anyone's in a golden age right now. Let's do a big overview on turn 200 because that's only a couple turns away. So for the first time in like forever, the world is not at war right now. Lincoln is not well liked. He's the worst enemy of Mao and Gilgamesh. So Gilgamesh is the worst enemy of Lincoln. No surprise. Huayna Capac does not have a worst enemy right now. He's actually pleased with everyone except Lincoln. Now he can declare war at please, so that's no guarantee. Lincoln definitely is the odd man out in this group. A lot of people don't like them. Gilgamesh is friendly towards Mao. He is not friendly towards Huayna Capac. Those two are just pleased. They lost the big bonus they had when Huayna Capac went to free religion. Also because Gilgamesh dropped hereditary rule. That's the other reason why they stopped being such good friends. He went universal suffrage for some reason. There's currently a race for Statue of Liberty going on with these two as well. Although it looks like Gilgamesh is the one who's going to get that. So these two could fight each other. It's not out of play, but they are on good terms with one another, and they have similar peace weights. So Augustus is just revolting now. I don't know how this seems guaranteed to drive future conflict between China and Rome over here. I'm still hoping that Huayna Capac will take down Augustus Caesar, and then that gets me Gilgamesh for second place, and maybe a domination victory too for Huayna. But we'll see. So we've mostly got a peaceful state of the world right now. Gilgamesh does have knights. He just needs gunpowder for cuirassiers, which he has not researched right now. This is another place where if he waits too long, then Lincoln will have rifles by the time he attacks, instead of being able to hit. Because like cuirassiers against rifles or against longbows is a really one-sided matchup. Apparently Lincoln has astronomy because he's building observatories. Huayna Capac's doing a civic swap this turn. All right, so we can't look at. Boy, the AI really seems to like universal suffrage here. We can't look at demos because he's in anarchy this turn. Let's advance another turn then, because it's pointless to look if Huayna Capac's in anarchy. All right. Let's take our look right now then. All right, so yeah, Huayna Capac, I don't know what, so that was his anarchy turn, but now he's apparently leading the charts by a good margin. Production, ignoring the golden ages, it looks like Augustus has the most production. He also has the most food, although not by a ton. Power, apparently there was some kind of major upgrade here. He didn't hit rifling tech, did he? I should check on that. Did he hit rifles? He did. Wow. Huayna Capac's already on rifling. Let's look at where they are in the tech tree. I didn't realize he was already at rifling tech. In fact, he's almost finished the whole Renaissance era. Just about. He's about to finish military tradition, so he's on rifles and calves. Oh, people wanted the music to change too. Okay, so Mao is like more than a full era behind, but he's not really a serious player. Augustus is also like a full era behind. Like compare the two of them. He's going for liberalism, but he's missing the whole Renaissance. Gilgamesh is stronger. He's got the top of the tree, but he's, you know, a good four or five techs behind. And Lincoln is also just entering the Renaissance, so he's picked up astronomy, but that's about it. All right, so you guys requested classical era, so we can do that. As far as cities, he does not appear to be pursuing culture just yet. Not at the moment. We'll keep an eye out, though, in case he would try to head in that direction. Does look like Gilgamesh is going to get Statue of Liberty, which is nice. It would be nicer if he was in representation instead of universal suffrage, but he's getting those universities up. And the problem for Gilgamesh is he had that amazing land grab, and he's gotten no territory after that the entire game. Like, remember how we were like, oh my god, he's on 9 cities on the early game? Well, he's like still on those same 9 cities, and he's picked up nothing else. Whereas a lot of his rivals have picked up a lot of territory, especially Huayna Capac, who's got a size 18 Aztec capital here that he's working with. So at the moment, it looks like it's between Inca and Rome. And if they come to a clash, Inca would win pretty easily. Huayna Capac could sweep anyone aside right now because he's the only one with rifling. He's got so much territory. All right, he is not currently plotting war as far as we can see. I doubt that Augustus is. All right, well, apparently Sumeria is plotting war. We'll see. He is not researching very intelligently through the tech tree, though, if he's plotting war. Because all he needs to do is pick up gunpowder tech to build cuirassiers, and instead he's off on corporation. He will probably go for rifling next, though. Either that or chemistry, which would at least get him gunpowder. Again, this is his window to hit America before America gets rifles. So, how many wars are we at right now? 9? I don't know if we're going to get 7 more wars, but maybe. How come Huayna Capac likes Augustus so much? Well, I think the reason he likes him is because Augustus is running hereditary rule, which Augustus will drop as the game goes on. I think that's the main reason why. I think that's the main reason why he likes him so much. Yeah, it's surprising that +3 is enough for pleased. I would have expected it. Given their big piece weight difference, I would expect them to need more. Because, like, Lincoln is... Okay, so it's just 1 point. Because, like, Lincoln is +3, and that's cautious. And Lincoln is piece weight 9, and he's piece weight 8. So that 1 point is the big difference. Oh, look, another Huayna Capac city down here. I mean, they'll get more border tension as the game goes on. So I expect that'll drop to cautious soon enough. Huayna Capac is wisely using this time to push out infrastructure, though. So we'll see how much longer until we have another conflict. All right, so Gilgamesh is picking up gunpowder, which he should do. He shouldn't be building research in universities in all his cities if he's plotting war. I don't know if he is, but apparently we had... Oh, did he just turn on the culture slider? Oh, he did. He's going for it, you guys. He's turned on the culture slider. Holy cow. That's early. That's an early culture slider. Wow, okay. Very early. He's just going for it. Alright. Well, this could throw off, like, everyone. He's 100 turns away, so I don't think this is the right decision, personally. I think the right decision is just to go after somebody else, but we'll see. Because he's got a big tech lead right now, and this will give other people a chance to catch up. Of course, if anyone declares war on him, he would stop going for culture to build units and go back to research. Alright, well, he's kind of opening the door here. Like, he has an easy win condition if he just hops on into the saddle and rides over people with rifles and cabs. Because he could just start heading west and not stop until he hits the seashore. But he does have a very good setup for culture in this game, so I can't say I'm shocked that he wants to go for it. But, I mean, he's like 100 turns away, so... And there will be vulnerability, because, like, the other AIs will catch up. Still, not much going on right now. Just see if anyone's building... So, like, these two are way out in front of the others in power. Just largely because they have so much more territory than the... Oh, wait, no, he just stopped. He just turned on research again. I guess he decided not to go for it. Guess he gave that up. That was a brief... Yeah, he's back up to researching again. Okay. I guess he changed his mind. For whatever reason. Maybe he got annoyed by the presence of this city. Did he start plotting war or something? Yeah, he started plotting war. He's going after somebody. I wonder if it's Lincoln. So he's about to put the hammer down on somebody. Decided, nope, not going for culture. Gonna go smack somebody instead, apparently. Because he's building a lot of cabs right now. And at the moment, no one has rifling, but they're getting close. So, again, the window for this move is kind of running out. Who's it gonna be? Yeah, Caesar's about to get rifles, so he would not be able to launch a timing attack there. Lincoln is further away from rifles, though. Didn't declare war this turn, nope. On railroad at the moment. Upgrading City Raider 3 Praetorians to rifles. Yeah, I mean, that's always kind of scary. They die soon enough, though. And you obviously can't get any more once that happens. All right, buddy, are you going to attack or what? You certainly have enough cavalry. If we look at the power bar graphs right now, I mean, you see the spike right now. I guess Gilgamesh was never plotting war, or backed out of his plotting war because he's never launched an attack. Just like trying to watch the border region to see if anyone's getting attacked here. Like Lincoln, Augustus, Gilgamesh, any of them. Gilgamesh is just building research in every city. He did get to rifles though. And Augustus Caesar also got to rifles. He just made it there. Meanwhile, Lincoln's off at the top of the tree with medieval units. Is so vulnerable to anyone attacking right now. This poor city got swallowed up by Incan culture. So yeah, we've had a number of peaceful turns here, somewhat surprisingly. Especially once Huayna Capac turned off the culture slider, I thought for sure he was just about to attack. I mean, maybe he still is. He's certainly building enough units. He's got so many calves. I don't know where they're headed. You would think they're headed... I mean, America's the most likely target. But they could really be heading for anyone because he can plot war at pleased. It's like, where are the Incans going? Where are they going? A lot of quiet turns here. All right. Interesting. That feels like a mistake by Lincoln, seeing as how Gilgamesh has rifles and calves and he does not. Lincoln's on democracy, so he's a little ways away. Yeah, Lincoln isn't that far off, but he actually doesn't even have educate. He doesn't have gunpowder. He needs to get education, gunpowder, replaceable parts, and rifling, and he's already on democracy. So that feels like a mistake. That's our 10th war. Let me update the counter. That feels like a mistake, I'm gonna say. We'll see if now if Gilgamesh can respond and make something of himself in this game. Yeah, there's Gilgamesh. I mean, Gilgamesh is definitely higher in power. Huayna Capac declaring on Lincoln would actually give a lot of territory to Gilgamesh because, like, all these cities in the north would just pass into Sumerian control still. So this should be a pretty nice setup for Gilgamesh. You would think so anyway. Look at all those knights though. Pretty decent stack from Lincoln. Why is Gilgamesh still building research in every city? He did just get attacked, didn't he? Am I crazy here? He did just get attacked, right? He's not just going to sit here doing nothing while he gets attacked, right? Alright, now he switched over to units. A little slow on the uptake there, though. Now he's building calves in his cities. He's got a whole bunch of units just sitting on this tile. Still has all those knights here, too. Huayna Capac, what you doing, man? Are you going to attack someone or what? Alright, well, Atlanta fell pretty quickly, didn't it? To all those calves. Oh, well, bye, Lincoln. It was nice knowing you. You survived a lot longer than we expected you to, but you're dead. This is the end for Lincoln. I wonder if Huayna Capac was bought into the war by I wonder if he was bought into the war by Gilgamesh. Well, it doesn't matter. One way or the other. It's curtains for old Lincoln. Wonder how long this is gonna take. Probably not too long. Yeah, this is a good move for Gilgamesh as far as maybe getting second place, but it's it kind of does remove any chance for him to actually win the game, because he needed to take over America's territory by himself. He will get a fair portion of America's territory. Yeah, okay, so that just got cleaned up. The main American stack just got destroyed. Oh boy, look at that. That's a facepalm. Worst war with Huayna Capac, worst enemy, worst enemy. Mao might even pile in to try to grab some goodies for himself. Mao does not have rifling, but neither does um, 5 cannons. Okay. Huayna Capac has cannons. This is not going to be a lengthy war. He'll just cut right through the defenses and take whatever he wants. But like these cities in the tundra will probably go over to Sumeria because of the culture. We'll see though. Yeah, New York lost 50% of its defenses in one turn. And Lincoln's researching education, so yeah. So this is one of the few places on the tech tree where like random wandering cabs can just walk up and kill cities. Like you have these random cabs that are just walking up and attacking the city, and they actually can kill the defenders. Normally that's not the case. You need to like bring up siege units, but cabs are so much stronger than longbows, they don't really need that. So New York is dead on this inner turn. The defenses were taken out. Here's a decent stack. I wonder where this is going. Augustus triggered a golden age. He's trying to keep up. So there goes New York. So again, we will see some of this territory getting picked up by Gilgamesh, just probably not enough of it. Hopefully, 3 trebuchets. I was like, hopefully there's no siege with this stack, because there's only like 3 defenders. Goodbye, Lincoln. There's a destroyer. Oh, this could actually help Gilgamesh. The fact that there's a destroyer back here taking out the city defenses, that actually could help. Oh, never mind. The destroyer's killing enemy units, not bombarding the city. So that's 1 city for Gilgamesh. Go, Gilgamesh. I need you to pass Augustus Caesar and score before the end of the game so you can get second. It seems very likely that Huayna Capac will win at this point. He's out of control, and he's doing his thing. Now I just need him to declare war on Augustus and push for conquest. Now, is he revolting civics, or is he turning on the slider again? All right, he's turned on the culture slider again. So he has stopped his research after getting up to assembly line, which is pretty interesting. So who knows what he's doing there. But he's still shredding right through the Americans. This city is just about dead too. Yeah, there's 5 cannons outside. Gilgamesh is taking the cities in the north, which is pretty smart to grab these. Not let them be vultured away by Huayna Capac. All of these cities over here have been picked up. So now it's just Washington and Philadelphia and then the city here in Seattle. Taking too many turns with the trebuchet over there. All right, so Washington lost all its defenses. So now it's gone, and there's just 2 cities left, or 1 city left. Looks like he got tired of waiting and took that spot. So it looks like, it completes the Pentagon. It looks like the post-war borders are going to be right around here, roughly. Depends on who captures Philadelphia. So Gilgamesh picked up 3 cities. That's not a ton of territory. Be curious to see. Oh, if he gets this spot, that would actually be pretty good for him. We'll see if he moves quickly or if he waits to bombard the defenses. He took off 3% of the defenses. Oh, if only he didn't have that trebuchet there. That would be nice. If only he didn't have that trebuchet. Took off another 2%. with that one treb. So that means Huayna Capac takes the city because he will actually attack with his units instead of sitting there bombarding the defenses. So a kill from Huayna Capac, more deserved, honestly, than Gilgamesh. All right, so America out of the game. To no one's big surprise there. All right, let's put that in the spreadsheet. It's just kind of shocking he lasted that long. Huayna Capac, another kill. And this was turn 249. Farewell, buddy. Also, Lincoln pretty much got all the useful wonders. Or Huayna Capac got all the useful wonders. Gilgamesh missing out on his delicious 1 kill point. Yeah. Well, to be fair, he didn't really deserve it. He kind of bungled the he could have pretty easily taken out Lincoln and he just didn't do a very good job of it. So Augustus is on combustion. He's running 100% gold for upgrades. All right. Let's take this to turn 250, which is a nice round number. So if nothing else happens, Huayna Capac will win a cultural victory. He's set to win via that in 60 turns, so early turn 300s roughly. So let's look first at the Diplo situation. He's cautious with Augustus, pleased with the other two. Augustus is cautious with Huayna Capac and Mao. Mao's pleased. So basically all of the low piece weight leaders are pleased, and the high piece weight and everyone else is like cautious with Augustus at the moment. Let's just do a quick check to see if anyone's plotting war. I don't imagine that they are. Augustus would probably be most likely, honestly, but we're afraid of their military might. We're afraid of them. We would have nothing to gain. Yeah, so no one apparently is plotting right now. In terms of the bar graphs, as you would expect, Huayna Capac is leading in GNP. He's also leading in production because he actually has factories. He's pretty much even with Rome in food. He's still slightly behind in food, and in power he's way ahead. Culture he's absurdly far ahead, as you'd expect. So that's kind of our situation. As far as where Huayna Capac stopped on the tech tree, he basically had all of the Renaissance techs, and he had a couple early industrial techs. Because like he has combustion and he has assembly line. Does not have industrialism, which he stopped without going for the free great spy or the free great scientist like communism and physics, which is kind of a weird place to stop because the AI usually goes for those. Is Mao actually going to get that? Augustus is down at the bottom. So Augustus is mostly evened up in power. Oh wait, Augustus still doesn't have rifling tech, huh? Augustus is mostly evened up. Yeah, no one has gotten the physics grade. Mao is actually going to get the physics grade person, which is crazy because he doesn't even have replaceable parts or gunpowder. That's nutty. Why is that still in play? It might, even with aggressive AI turned on, maybe you just get the same message. I honestly don't know for sure. It's a good question. It could just be that that text remains in place. So it looks like Huayna Capac's definitely going to win. The question is, what victory condition does he want? Does he want to go for culture? That's what he's currently headed for right now. He could pretty easily swat aside anyone else if he wants militarily. If the game just goes to culture, then obviously he wins and Augustus is second. I think there's still a real chance, though, that Augustus gets involved in a war with Huayna and then Gilgamesh can sneak into second. I don't really see that happening with Mao, but it's not impossible. Mao's not that far behind Gilgamesh in score, and Gilgamesh is going to lose more tiles as the culture keeps pushing out here from Huayna Capac. So we've got 40 or we got what 50-ish turns before he wins culturally, 50 or so turns, which looks like it's going to be a pretty early finish, which is not what I was expecting. But then again, I had a very different sequence going on. So yeah, we're mostly just waiting to see if one of the AIs is going to plot war. If the AIs sign defensive pacts, that could also cause some crazy stuff to happen. All right, so at the moment, I don't see anyone who looks like they're plotting war at the moment, because they mostly just all seem to be building. Oh, Lincoln already got the Free Scientist of Physics. Okay. Sorry about that. So Lincoln had already taken that. That would explain why I didn't see that, because he had already gotten it. Mao is now finally going for rifling. A little slow to the punch there, but if no one attacks him, it's not going to matter. Now, I do see some military builds here from Huayna Capac, so perhaps that indicates a change of thinking? No, apparently not plotting, just building some military. And I just saw that, like, all of a sudden he was going all military in his cities, or mostly military, so you see that and you're thinking maybe he's thinking about a war. But there is only so much time for that to happen. Mostly just trying to move the camera around to see right now if anyone is planning. I mean, like, this is not what somebody's building if they're plotting a war, like what you're seeing from Augustus. So similar notes, but basically the same as before. No real change in diplomatic status from what we saw previously. I agree that based on what we've seen in this game, Augustus would be the most deserving second place. I'm still rooting for that not to happen so I can score some actual points in this game, which is going to be a disaster otherwise, since a lot of people have Huayna Capac and I do not have him. I'm still kind of shocked that he managed to make this work given his starting position, which was not a strong starting position at all. The capital was, but he really did not have much land to work with. Sometimes the leader, though, is just too good. So maybe we just next turn this out for 30 more turns and the game ends. I would prefer to see a somewhat more interesting finish than that, but you never know. I mean, he's got this down to 26 turns remaining, so it's not a lot of time for more stuff to happen, honestly. Could end up just being a very fast game if there's no wars for like the last 50 turns of the game. This has given time for some of the other leaders to catch up in tech. Like if Huayna Capac had been on tech all this time, he could be really far ahead. But since he's been on culture, it has given other people an opportunity to get kind of close. Like Gilgamesh, like Augustus is on electricity. Poor Gilgamesh, I think, is losing some cities to the culture. Maybe not. Oh, oh, oh! Well, that's and then just like that, all of a sudden the game got interesting. He's declared war. All right, let's do this, buddy. Come on, go. Knock him below Gilgamesh and score. And then push for domination, because that's my victory condition. And you got to do it before you win by culture, which is scheduled to happen in 20 turns. Then we just need a few more war declarations. Maybe you could just turn off the slider. That would also be good. You could also just turn the slider off to get a few more, give us some more turns before this is over. So where are the big Huayna Capac stacks? Well, I think he's trying to take this city out first. Where was that? Here. Oh, it was apparently captured and then recaptured back? Because it's clearly not under Incan control right now. Well, so much for that city. Gilgamesh, I would say, does not deserve to finish second in this game. There's still good odds that Rome holds on to second. Uh, then again, maybe not. We don't have a lot of turns before Huayna Capac wins by culture. If it weren't for the culture thing, I don't know. This could be close. Like, we only have 7. It's basically right around turn 300. Like, is there enough time? Like, he's already gone legendary at this point. I don't know if Augustus is going to hold on. I'm hoping he doesn't. He would have to lose about 1,000 points of score for that. Um, that said, he is taking a beating right now. But like he didn't lose any cities on that turn. Could Augustus in theory die? I mean, it's possible. If let me put it this way, if Huayna Capac were not running the culture slider, then yes. Domination is still a good ways off. I don't think that domination can hit before culture arrives. Because it's only 15 turns left. Like, there's so little time left in this game. Power, I'm sure the power bar graphs are absurdly one-sided. Yeah. Actually, Augustus hasn't lost that many units, or at least he's been rebuilding them as he loses them. If Huayna Capac would just turn off the culture slider, we actually could go to a domination win here. That would be great. But I don't think he's going to do that. So our spread is now about 850 points between these two. This still feels. I mean, some of these cities like this are actually worth a lot of points, both from land points and also for population points. This city also controls quite a few tiles. And this is a holy city, so it's kind of valuable, but at this point, stuff's really only matters in terms of how many score points they're worth, because the game has so little time remaining. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do this. Although then again, this stack just keeps going, man. There's no siege in it. It's just going from city to city. Although this city is very well defended. There's 21 cannons in this city, so maybe not. Again, was that like a spy revolt there? Because I see the little revolt symbol. So that city fell. So what are we down to? 700 points now? But there's just so little time left. There's only 13 turns remaining. This is going to be close. It's all about just how fast this group can push. Make sure to keep building Broadway, though. Like, there's just swarms of Incan units everywhere. But, like, every turn that a city doesn't fall is another turn that gets us closer to cultural victory here. It's been quite a fight here at Harappan. But it looks like this force kind of got stalled out here. Yeah, I just don't think he can reduce the score by enough. I think Gilgamesh just does not have quite enough score. If Gilgamesh had taken just like 1 or 2 cities more, I think that might have been enough, but I don't think he's going to have enough. I think the cultural victory is just going to hit too quickly. There's only 11 turns left in this game. If he gets Broadway, it increases his score. He's building Broadway because he wants to increase his score for second place. Yeah. Although if he loses that city, it wouldn't help. He's playing the metagame. Oh, there's another big force moving up here, although it does have cannons in it. So that would probably stop to bombard the defenses. Just so many Incan units. 36 cavalry now in this stack. But there's the second city going legendary. This stack is just standing on this tile for no clear reason. Yeah, I just don't think they can make it fast enough because we're down to 9 turns left. Unless he turns off the slider, which I don't see him doing. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Or unless like Mao were to join the war and take a city. Or Gilgamesh come join. But Gilgamesh seems completely checked out on this game. He's not even growing his city. He's even starving his cities. What are you doing, Gilgamesh? Why is your capital size 12? Like, what is going on here? Why are your cities starving down at a time when you need to be increasing your score? I mean, it's not like he's lacking in resources. His capital can get up to size 21. Oh, it's because he's unhealthy. Oh, hello. Okay, well that's a random aside. Well, hey, this is another way to get more points. Declare war on Mao and take some of Mao's territory. I guess that works. 13 wars. I think that actually gets me within 3. Yeah, take this city. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Okay. I mean, if he captures this city, that's more score points. I mean, Mao's not going to die, don't get me wrong. There's not enough turns left for that. For whatever reason, this city has not been attacked by this huge stack that's just been standing here. I think they have a unit healing, and the whole stack is stopped because that one unit is healing. I think that's what's going on there. So Harappan's going to fall this turn, and that will cut out a fair number of points. Just not sure there's enough time left. Timur. Because we're at 4 turns right now, it says. This city is actually worth a lot of score points because of all the territory it controls. But, I mean, Augustus is still over 600 points ahead, so I don't think there's enough time for this. Gilgamesh bringing up the artillery here. Maybe if he captures that city. Gilgamesh is losing points, yeah. Well, he's been losing some land points, and for whatever reason, his cities keep going down in population, not up. It looks like he was not able to capture this city either. He's got some artillery pieces, but they weren't able to take that. So this city's being attacked now. And the stack I don't know where these stacks are going, but they just keep marching on. You know, if Huayna Capac were to win a cultural victory in like 20 more turns instead of in 3 more turns, then we legit would probably see domination. And we would probably see Gilgamesh in second, but the game's just like going to run out of time before that happens. Because we're at 4 turns away. Huayna Capac's territory looks like a whale eating. So a lot of fighting going on, but no territory changing hands. Mao is losing units there, but so is Gilgamesh. This city is getting low. I don't know if there's enough attackers to take it, though. Yeah, this stack is just not moving fast enough. We'd have to see this city fall, and this city, and this city. And I don't think that's going to happen in like the 3 turns that are left in this game. Camalodunum is down to almost nothing remaining. There's a rifle and 2 cannons that just got moved in. Although there's almost no attackers left either. Well, we're 2 turns away, so... Yeah, it looks like Augustus is going to hold on. Dang it. Ah, my predictions. Sad. Also, I'm not even going to get points on dates, because it's going to be a pre-turn 300 finish. Well, I guess I'll get the 1 point. Oh, geez, we didn't even get another turn. Okay. 298. Wow. So early. Man, did he run away with that game. As soon as he took Montezuma's territory, the game was just over. Yeah, Augustus just held on. You know, if he just hadn't run the culture slider so early, I actually would have scored decent points. I could have had Gilgamesh and then the domination finish and then the decent scoring, but the culture slider, he ran it too early. Did not have as many wars as I was expecting either. Well, the game clearly did not go the way I was thinking. So I am not going to score very well at all for this one. Boudicca really let me down. She should have been better. Um, Big early turning point was her war declaration on Mao. I do think that that swung the game to a pretty crazy extent because it really crashed her economy. At a time when she needed to be developing, she was hurling units into her nearby neighbor. Like, this was just so stupid. If she had captured the Barb cities instead, she would have been so much stronger. But, you know, this just made these two completely irrelevant, and then that allowed Augustus to be strong. I mean, that's what it came down to. These two basically destroyed each other, and then Augustus became strong as a result. Pretty dumb. And then in the East, Monty was doing Monty things, and for no clear reason whatsoever, no one attacked Lincoln all throughout the early game because Lincoln attacked Montezuma, and then Gilgamesh attacked. Gilgamesh didn't attack anyone in the early game. That was his mistake. He had an opportunity to hit Lincoln, and he just never did. And then Huayna Capac did well to take over Monty. As soon as he took over Monty's territory, the game was like over. Once he had that much territory, he was going to win. Monty declaring war on Boudicca, insane. He attacked, well, he got attacked by Lincoln, then he attacked Huayna Capac, then he attacked Boudicca. Crazy. And where's the move that decided the game? Like, he declares war on Lincoln, but it should have come much earlier. Here it is. This is the other big turning point. Huayna Capac has teched ahead, and then he just takes over Montezuma, and then once he has the Aztec lands, he snowballs, and then the game's basically over. Yeah, there was a point in time where Augustus didn't have medals. Obviously, Augustus taking over the Celtic lands was pretty important, pretty big for him. So then we have this situation where Inca's gotten big, and Rome has gotten big. So then the game's stalemates for a while. Like, not much going on until we see the dogpile on Lincoln, which was apparently initiated by himself. Lincoln attacked Gilgamesh. A strangely aggressive game from Lincoln and a strangely pacifistic game from Gilgamesh. So it doesn't take long until he falls, but also in part because Huayna Capac's running the culture slider, Gilgamesh loses a ton of tiles, and that crippled his score too. Like, watch the borders here. He's going to lose a ton of tiles because he gets swallowed up by Incan culture. Like we said, his score was going down. And then at the end of the game, Huayna Capac is really just trashing Rome, but he only gets to have like 15 turns of war, and then the game's over. Again, if that game goes on for another 15 to 20 turns, he's going to win by domination, and he's going to pull Gilgamesh into second. Not that Gilgamesh really deserved that, let's be honest. But that would have certainly changed things. So there you go. Huayna Capac, really good AI. Apparently doesn't even need any territory, and he's still great. He sure showed me. I was like, he's not going to have any territory, and he didn't. He didn't have territory. Didn't end up mattering. He still snowballed ahead anyway.